Hi, I'm Rosanna Johnson. This is my first semester at OLU. My major is healthcare administration, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to start with my background, then talk about my adult life, and then go into my hobbies. So, a little bit about my background. I come from a military family as well as a Samoan family. My dad was in the Marines. I was in the Navy as well as the Army. My older sister was in the Army, and my younger brother is still in the Army. I grew up in Southern California. We lived there up until 95. Then we moved to Fayetteville, North Carolina in November of 95. And we moved to Jacksonville, North Carolina, which is where my parents still live, and I graduated from high school there in 2000. 2 weeks after my high school graduation, I left for boot camp for the Navy, which was in Great Lakes, Illinois. And then I went to Pensacola, Florida for my A school for my job. I then got stationed on board the USS Baton, which is stationed out of Norfolk, Virginia. I was in the Navy on active duty for 4 years. I deployed 3 times. My first deployment was 8 days after 9/11. And after 4 years, I decided to move on with life and see what was in store for me on the civilian side. So, July 2004, I transitioned out of the Navy. And my first year, I spent just trying to get to know myself and figuring out if I wanted to go to school. I ended up taking a couple classes. And then my second year, I ended up working for East Virginia Medical School, which is in Norfolk, and I worked for them for a year. And after that year, I wasn't pleased with where I was with my life, so I decided to go back into the military. In September 5th, 2006, I ended up leaving for training for the Army. I went to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then White Sands, New Mexico for my training. And then ended up at Fort Lee for my MOS-based training. My first duty station was Fort Stewart, Georgia, with 3rd ID. And I deployed in 2007 to 2008 to Iraq as part of the surge in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. I then got orders to Fort Hood, Texas in 2011, and I've been in Texas ever since. I deployed to Afghanistan from 2011 to 2012. In the Army, I've done various jobs, but my MOS was food service. I met my husband in the Army, and we had our daughter before we moved to Fort Hood, Texas. And now we are currently 6.5 months pregnant with our son. I recently retired out of the Army in June, so I've been going through the transition and just trying to figure things out for myself as well as my family. It's been a challenge, but being in the military, you learn how to adapt and conquer. So that's my adult life. My hobbies are playing games, whether on my phone or board games with my daughter. Playing or watching sports. I like to watch football. I like to play basketball, softball, volleyball. And I like to listen to all types of different music. I try to be diverse because my daughter listens to everything that I listen to, and I don't want her to just listen to one type of music. I like her to be just as diverse as I am. And my main hobby is spending as much time with my family as I can. Being in the military, you don't have that option all the time. So I'm trying to enjoy that time that I do have while I still have it. And those are my 3 topics. So now we've gone over my background, my adult life, as well as my hobbies. I chose this class because it's a required course, but also I've never been comfortable with speaking in front of people. So since it's a challenge, I know this class will be a challenge as well, but I hope that by the end of this class, I'll be able to speak in front of people and give speeches and not get so stressed or so nervous to where you can tell when I present my speech. And that's my story, and I hope that it was interesting enough and not too long. And I'm gonna end with my motto, which is, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I look forward to watching everyone else's speech, and I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.